1. Prescription drug abuse is a huge problem. 2. Old pills flushed or thrown away are showing up in the fish and groundwater. 3. Teenagers are taking the pills left around. That's our topic as we're set to go live or call the doctor right now. Hello and welcome to Call the Doctor, live from your public media studios. I'm George Thomas. 3 points. Point 1, prescription drug abuse is the most common form of drug abuse among the elderly. Elderly persons use prescription medications approximately 3 times as frequently as the general population. 4 million people, almost 2% of the population, currently abuse prescription drugs. Drugs like pain relievers, sedatives, tranquilizers, and stimulants. Now, information from the National Institute on Drug Abuse, their website, suggests that prescription drug abuse is on the rise in the United States. In 1 decade, the number of new users of pain relievers increased by 181%. In 1 decade, the number of individuals who started using tranquilizers increased by 132%. In 1 decade, the number of people initiating stimulant use increased by 165%. And those are not just statistics, folks. Those are real people abusing prescription drugs that result in real harmful effects. Point 2, it's not just the elderly. The most dramatic increase in new users occur in the 12 to 25-year-old range. That's kids. Teenagers finding or stealing their parents' or grandparents' drugs and taking them. An estimated 9 million people aged 12 and older use prescription drugs for non-medical reasons, with more than a quarter of them saying they use the drugs for the first time. And point 3, we've been told for the longest time to flush our old prescription drugs down the drain or down the toilet. Well, guess what? The chemicals from those millions of pills being flushed are showing up in our groundwater and in our fish. Our guest from the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission has information that will simply shock you. Now, if you have a problem or think you have a problem with prescription drug abuse, no matter how old you are, you can call us during the show and speak to one of our panel members. If you'd like to be anonymous, just tell our call screener that. If you have a loved one or you know of or suspect that someone you know has a problem, stay tuned to the show whether you decide to call in or not. We'll have help for you and your family by telling you what to look for in prescription drug abuse, giving you the signs of the abuse and how to get help. Again, if you'd like to be part of the program, there's 2 ways to do that. One, you simply dial the toll-free number on the bottom of your screen, and we'll get as many questions answered as we possibly can. Or you can go to our website at WVIA.org. And if you look to the right-hand side, you'll see Submit Questions. Just click on there. You don't need a username or password. Just click on there and you could submit your questions online. We'll read them here and we'll get them answered. Well, we've assembled regional experts and they're ready to answer your questions about this prescription predicament. Let's meet them right now. Our first guest is John Jones. He is the Vice President of Pharmacy at Geisinger Health System. Our next guest is Robert Buhner, Jr., who is the recently retired Montour County District Attorney. Also joining us is John Arway, who serves as the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. And our fourth guest is Dr. Kara Malitsky, a pharmacist who is the Director of Pharmacy Management at Blue Cross of Northeastern Pennsylvania and has many years of experience in the pharmacy industry. Again, what makes Call the Doctor so very unique is the ability for you to interact live with our region's finest experts for an hour as we go beyond the trending news soundbite and offer real information for you and your family. So we're going to open up those toll-free lines right now and give you the opportunity to ask your questions about prescription predicament.